Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Sarah, here on the Mountain Witch Tarot channel. Today we are doing a little short 3x5 Lenormand spread for Thomas Massie, and we are so close right now. We need one more signature on the discharge petition. I have trouble saying those two words together for some reason, so to say them kind of slow, but we are one signature away. We just gained one, I think yesterday. So they just need one more to override the Speaker of the House. So we want to do like a little quick spread here and see what we can get as far as how this works out for Thomas Massie. And we are focusing on him in this spread and not necessarily just the petition itself, because we want to kind of focus in on his energy to get a more stable read. And I'll tell you, I haven't drawn the fate line yet, but this is a really interesting spread. So the first thing that I notice about this spread is at the very center, we have the clover, which is good. That's a little bit of luck. Not a whole lot of luck, but a little bit of luck. Now, what's even better, though, is around the clover, we have the bear, which I feel like is for protection, and we have the sun, which is obviously, energy and power and, bringing things into the light. And we also have the child card and the key card. And I think that what we're seeing here is that the answer, the solution to the problem is coming in something new. And so I have a feeling that that could be talking about the special election that's coming up. And that may be the last signature needed. So definitely feeling hopeful about that, especially with the bear and the sun here and the little bit of luck. But this is not without its challenges. We have some really bad cards on the table here. So I guess the next important thing to point out is, I see up here with the lily and with the book, Thomas Massie's heart is truly in the right place with this endeavor. And he is facing a lot of challenges that are kind of tearing him down, tearing him apart. They're really putting him through it. And at the center top, we have the clouds card, which it's black as opposed to all this negative white space. So visually kind of like, boom, right there. Now, this card, the woman card, showed up. Thomas Massie's significator, the male card, did not show up, which tells me that he may be losing a grip on this situation, or this may really be completely out of his control. He may have done all he can do and he can't do anymore. So he's kind of just pushing along and letting the chips fall where they fall. But it's interesting that the woman card came out, and I sat and looked at this for a little bit, and I thought, you know what? I know exactly what that woman card is. Those are the victims. Those are the people who need to be defended, and those are the people he's standing up for. And I feel like that's what is really on his mind right now. So we also have, like with the fish and the lily together, I feel like there is, a lot of deep emotion tied to this, deep desire to kind of bring balance to a situation that has gone completely off the rails at this point. But it's been muddled and clouded, and there's just been like this dark cloud hanging over the scenario the whole time. Then down here on the bottom, we have the book, the anchor, the ring, the snake, and the cross. And I feel like the overall message here is that there are a lot of people in his way that they're in his way because they have a vested interest in making this situation disappear. And I feel like it kind of goes back to the clouds energy up here. They want to cloud things until they disappear. They want to bring so much uncertainty to the situation that nobody can see the forest for the trees anymore. So, and we're actually, our exit cards were ending on the snake and the cross. And that is a burden that you don't want to go near, It's not only is it troublesome and stressful and a heavy cross to bear, but there is danger hiding in every corner of it. And I feel like he probably right now is experiencing a situation where he doesn't know who he can trust. He doesn't know, who's maybe on his side, who's playing for the other side, whose heart is in the right place, whose heart is invested in keeping these secrets forever. And here we have I get the feeling that these two cards is just like a secret that is so tightly locked in place that, again, just so much trouble. There's a lot of trouble punctuating this reading. So let's go ahead and pull the fate line. And I may have to overlap these a little bit, but hopefully you can still see them. So let's see what we get in the fate line. 3 cards. Oh, wow. Okay, so finally we have a significator for Thomas Massie himself showing up in the fate line. So he is, deeply ingrained in this situation still. He does have a little bit of a grasp still on the situation, but you'll notice he is blocked by a huge challenge and progress. He is at the center of either a challenge or progress. So I think right now what the cards are saying is that this could go either way. But I feel like at the moment, just because of these 2 exit cards and because of this up here, I feel like right now in this moment, it's not looking good. But we do still have this line that there is a chance of a little bit of luck and protection and revelation. So kind of going back and forth. I feel like the whole thing is up in the air right now. But it is interesting to see Thomas Massie appearing at the center of the fate line here. Another thing I want to point out real quick is if we look over here on the left side of the spread, we have the rats, the child, and the book. And I think this is a good indicator to kind of validate what I was saying about how things are unstable and uncertain right now. Because I really feel like this is the energy of a new candidate coming in. And it could just be that we're manifesting, Massie's worries and concerns, which would make a lot of sense with the clouds card at the very top center. But I think there is a question being raised here of we don't know how this new candidate will respond because somebody's going to win. We don't know who it'll be, but a kind of a lot riding on this new candidate. And they have the ability to destroy the situation or make it better, obviously. So, but we have the book, which is secrets, which kind of indicates we just don't know how it could go. And then over here with the lily, the key, and the cross, I think those 3 cards don't speak much by themselves. We have to look at the context around them. So if we kind of look at this block right here, what is the key? The key is something being revealed. And what is revealed? Something financial, something hidden and dangerous. So in between a burden and basically freedom, we have this financial secret that's hidden somewhere. And if we look over back to this side, we do have a reference here to secrets. So definitely some energy of secrecy coming in. I would also kind of argue that the clouds here propels that concept of secrecy forward because, when you think of clouds, you think of being lost in a fog or not being able to see clearly or attain any form of clarity. And so I definitely think that this card is very important where it's at because there's so much uncertainty that, and directly above him too, at the top of the line. So just reinforcing that he is wondering if his luck has run out or if he will have another chance at getting this thing into the right hands to someone else who will sign it. And, all the while not understanding why. Why are these people that he has this, the people he works with, the people he's supposed to be able to converse with and communicate with. Like, why are they turning their back on this? Why are they just at a standstill? And it's a lot of energy here, a lot of like panicked, tense energy. I can feel it as I'm trying to interpret the cards. Like, it's heavy. It's really heavy, but I think he is going to see it through. He's going to stick it out. And I will say, he's from my state. He is not my representative for my district. And I have never agreed with this man in the past, and I have never really cared for him, to say the least. But I could not be more proud of him right now. And I am so glad that Thomas Massey is kind of carrying the torch for this situation. It just, it has to be difficult. And looking at these cards, I can kind of see a visual representation of how hard this has been for him. So, all right, guys, that's it for this little short mini spread for Thomas Massey and how things are going to play out with the discharge petition. Why is that so hard for me to say? I don't know. It's difficult. Anyway, that'll do it for this reading. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button. And if you like political divination, hit the subscribe and stick around and check out some of my other videos. And let me know if you like the little short snippets that I'm just going to make a bunch of and throw out there. Let me know what you think of them. And if you have any readings you want me to do in a little short snippet, maybe I'll do that. That'd be cool. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day.